welcome to Working On It. I'm Dr. A and I'm a clinical psychologist aiming to make your life just a bit more manageable. Remember, the tools and the tidbits that you pick up on this channel are purely educational. They can't replace therapy, but with some practice, they can help you along in your daily life. So let's get started. Today, we'll be working on the 5 love languages and why they're important. So what are the 5 languages? Where did it come from? Because I know a lot of you have heard, what's your love language? What's your love language? Mine is this. It came from a book of the same name called The 5 Love Languages, and it was by Gary Chapman, and I recommend the book. And even at the end, I believe it has some quizzes that you could take to figure out what you or your loved ones' love languages are, and I think they're online as well. So we'll find out why we even need to know what our love languages are in a minute. But first, let's go through the 5 to figure out what they are. There's words of affirmation, and words of affirmation are telling people our gratitude for them, our love for them, our appreciation for them, basically expressing love using words. Then there's acts of service. Acts of service is doing something to show somebody that we love them. Cooking breakfast for them, if we take their car, maybe filling up the gas tank, showing up to their games. Then we have physical touch, and physical touch could be any physical sign of intimacy and your love for that person. A hug, more than that. So it depends what relationship we're talking about. Then we have gifts, and gifts, yes, could be store-bought, so flowers or jewelry or a shirt that person really wanted. But gifts can also be, I was hiking and I picked you some flowers, or I was hiking and I saw this beautiful, gorgeous rock, or I was on the beach and I saw this shell and I thought of you. That could be a gift as well. And the last one is quality time, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Spending time connecting with the person that you love, doing activities, just sitting around together. All of that could be quality time. So I want you to think about, what are your top 2 love languages? And again, if you don't know, that's okay. There are quizzes online that you could take and it'll tell you what your primary love languages are. Why is it important for us to know that? Well, usually the way that we feel loved the most is usually the way that we express love. And that's not necessarily a good thing, because the person that we are in the relationship with, and there's all kinds of relationships that this applies to: family relationships, romantic relationships, social relationships. So when I say relationship, I just mean the person that you're thinking of, your partner or your brother, sister, or what have you. So in these relationships, we tend to show love the way we feel loved. Meaning, if we feel loved through words of affirmation and physical touch, then we might think we're being so loving to the other person by giving them hugs or giving them foot massages or petting them on the head and telling them that we're so proud of them and we love them. But the problem is that person's love languages might be totally different from yours. So even though you think you're being so loving, it feels nice for the other person, but maybe that's not really how they feel loved. So it's not clicking into place the way you think it is. And vice versa. If the other person's love languages, let's say, are gifts and acts of service, they might show you love by doing things for you, really nice things for you, by getting you gifts, and that feels good to you, but it doesn't feel like love, because love to you is words of affirmation and physical touch, let's say. So all it is it's kind of like just ships passing in the night. And it creates a lot of problems between people, because sometimes people think they're showing so much love, but the other person doesn't really feel loved or appreciated because their love languages are different, right? So the lesson here is that we tend to show love in the way that we feel loved, but that person might feel loved in a totally different way. So all it is, and what can salvage a a lot of relationships, regardless of the type of relationship, it's just a matter of communicating with them, saying, here's how I feel loved through this and this. How do you want me to show you love? What makes you feel loved the most? And they'll tell you. And that can create a much better connection, that can create a lot more love, and that can create a lot more depth and warmth in the relationship. So if you don't know, you can do some quizzes online, have the other person do some quizzes, or just have a conversation about it and figure out what are your top two love languages. How do you most feel loved? What are the other person's, whether it's a friend, family member, or whether it is your romantic partner. Figure it out and let me know how it goes. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and in the next video, we'll be working on another stress relief exercise for kids, a super duper easy one. All they'll need to bring is a pillow to it, and I'll teach them how to do it. I know we did 2 already. Now it's time for another one. So practice what we talked about today. Think about the love languages. How do you most feel loved? Ask the person that is in your life, your loved one, how they most feel loved. Have that conversation, and they can attend to you best, and now you can attend to them best. All your efforts can be recognized in the way that you mean it to, and same for the other person. Okay? You've got this. See you next time.